Oh, it's sent in the Outlook invite. So
Oh,
if you look on
okay.
your calendar, it'll be
Okay, that works.
10 minutes, please. All right, guys, you guys ready?
Psyched.
Vanessa, are you ready?
Almost, sorry.
Almost? Okay. So,
Okay.
all right, so we are going to start, I'm going to start off with reading. I'm going to start off with reading, and the big idea is around author's purpose and around craft. We're changing the text from our typical ones that are fairly simple to fairly complicated ones that are really actually quite interesting. So as far as like rigor goes, we want kids to be able to notice how does the author engage the reader and why, and get down to why does the author choose to share about certain pieces of information, and what do you think the purpose of this entire text is about. So I can go ahead and start. It's sea turtles, folks. And so there's there's a TD key that I've adjusted, Shayna, because it's an addition to. And I think the TD key that we want to prep kids with is, what are the 3 types of writing the author uses in the text? So there's different kinds of writing that's actually in here. And
Great for asking for the level L book.
that's right. So sea turtles, there's a table of contents, and you can say, whoa, this text shares a lot of information. Let's take a quick peek at what this text is about. A sea turtle, ocean world, meet the turtles, nest building, oh baby. Wait a minute. I'm already hearing about where turtles live, what they do, and how they grow. Okay, keep going. Big and small. I wonder if this is about big turtles and small turtles. On the menu. When we see on the menu, I think of what they eat. This could be the case. Danger! Oh man. I think the author is sharing something that's going to be dangerous for the sea turtles. Sea turtle to the rescue. Wait a minute, there's some danger, and maybe how people will help the sea turtle and safekeeping. So already I know there's lots of information to share about sea turtles, and let's go ahead and jump in. What are some ways, the 3 types of writing the author uses in this text? And here comes the first one. I'm going to read it out loud and think about, what is this? What kind of writing is this? Listen up. What hatches on land but spends its time at sea? Thank you. I've heard things like this before. I know it's a question, but it sounds like something else. What does this sound like, everyone? It sounds like a
Riddle.
yeah. Whoa! So the author opened the text with a riddle. I wonder why. I wonder why the author chose to open the text with a riddle. And then whisper phones, etc. To engage the reader, to open up with a hook, etc. What starts, and he continues on, what starts out the size of a ping pong ball but can grow up to 7 feet long? What is it, everybody? A sea turtle. And not only that, I also noticed something else. There are 2 riddles there. There's also this piece right up here. And let me read to you what it is, and we'll talk about how the author opened up this text. What do you call a sea turtle that flies? Does anybody have a guess? What do you call a sea turtle that flies? Emily is thinking. Any takers? Shayna? A shellicopter! A what? A shellicopter! So let's talk about, why do you think the author chose to put this kind of writing in this kind of text? Yes, Katie?
To make us laugh.
To make us laugh, and what else? There's a writing move that we call this. We call this there's a writing move here.
To hook us.
To hook the reader. Absolutely. So then you're going to keep going. And then you're going to read. And then after you read this page, you're going to ask, well, what makes a sea turtle so special? whisper phones. And then you're going to read this page, these 2 pages. I just stuck them all over here. You're going to read these 2 pages and you're going to ask the question, what kind of writing do you notice? What kind of writing do you notice already in this text? They're no longer riddles and jokes. What kind of writing do you notice now? Captions. Information and captions. But what do you know what this is called when things are labeled like this? It's called a diagram, and it shares more information. So we've already had riddles and jokes, and now we have informational writing. Keep reading. And after you read this all about different kinds of turtles, you're going to ask, what was the main topic of this book so far? Turtle talk. And then nest building. You're going to ask, there are 2 questions here. How do female turtles find their eggs? And this is a skill. They just heard it, so it should be quick. But now, what kind of writing do you notice and why? And it should be around, hey, this is still informational. I noticed that because there are captions underneath the pictures and this shared more information. Keep going, and do you notice there's lots of engagement because there's lots of text? And then here, after you read this, you're going to ask, and this is a skill question, how do hatchlings get very big, and how do you know? Well, the hatchlings come out to be 3 inches tall, 3 inches big, but then they grow, right? Reading. And then here. Why is the leatherback sea turtle considered the largest? And they're taking this as a skill of like a learning skill. And they should be able to say they can grow up to 7 feet long and weigh more than 2,000 pounds. Ooh. Then here, after you read, this is where you're going to start directing the text. What harms sea turtles? And this is a right there question, but this is starting from here. The tide turns into what we know as danger. So the tide turns. Appropriate. Mm-hmm. So what harms sea turtles? Swallowing trash, right? They can hurt and kill sea turtles. And now here are some things that humans do.
We could link it to pollution. And
absolutely, link it to pollution. Wait, hold on, you did. Hey, hang tight, it's about to get there. I know, hang tight, it's about to get there. So here, you're gonna read it, and then you're gonna ask 2 questions. How do people harm sea turtles? And then the follow-up question is, the writing definitely changed, right? It went from, here's all about sea turtles, to dun dun dun. Now it's not actually just information, it's actually caution, right? The mood or the intent's changed to caution. And so you want to be able to give kids that the writing has turned, and so you need kids to start noticing that. This kind of writing is information, but it's to give warning and caution. And then ask the question, I wonder why. Why did the author choose to give a word of caution?
I want to hear what they say. People throw oil into the water.
Well, right here, it wouldn't be the oil part, but it would be part of, like, we want to keep the sea turtles safe and not do things that harm them, right? And then the next page is a sea turtle to the rescue. What kind of pollution is this? It's an oil spill. Goes directly into that. And then, at the end of this, again, back to the author's purpose. Why did the author include this part? Why?
So we wouldn't end the book too depressed.
Or, using some text evidence and context.
I know the answer.
It's So share.
Because he's writing this whole book about giving us information about like sea turtles are these great animals, and now this is the mood change that they
Right.
decided to getting into but actually their habitat is being taken away from them. So these are some ways that we can actually get some that.
So what would you expect kids to say? Why did the author include this in the text? So that we know about the harm that's happening to sea turtles and how to help.
A call to action.
A call to action, and then the last part is a how to keep sea turtles safe. And and then you can also say this is a different kind of writing. This is like a step-by-step how-to, right? It's also informational. How-to is an informational subset, but you also want to ask, well, why? Why end like this? What does the author want us to do? After reading about danger, what we do, how to take care of them, and now we learned about safekeeping. Why do you think the author chose to put this part of the text in there?
So you know exactly what you can do.
Yep, so we have a way to help, right? And then you want kids to give some examples. And then you're going to close with, what were the 3 different ways the author chose to wrote? What are the three different types of writing in this text? Jokes, information, and I said persuade, but I want to edit. I want to edit and say there's a how-to.
Can you repeat that again?
Jokes, information, and how-to.
Send me your edits for
You can have a book.
Oh.
And then from there, once we talk about the 3 different craft moves that the author chose to put in, then we have to talk about the big picture why. And then what are some things you think the kids, what are some things that we expect our kids to come away with after we've had all of those text discussions around why the author chose to put some of that information in?
Well, definitely to learn more about sea turtles.
Let's push even further. Learn about what?
Learn about how to help them. Learn about why they are special. Learn about what they do, where they live. Learn about their habitat, why it's important to help them,
Yep.
et cetera, et cetera.
Yep, and then have some text evidence to support that. All right. Any questions?
So when we read it aloud, are we reading every single caption? Because I've noticed with my L group, most of them are just flipping right past.
No, we want to read some of the
Okay.
captions, or the captions and the labels for the diagrams. Like those are going to be.
So
Those
you-
are points of information.
So we're reading all of them.
They have to do that for F&P nonfiction.
Yep.
Yeah.
They have to read everything. So we need to.
And also, is there like are we using different language between like types of writing and text features so they don't get confused? And saying like a type of writing is a label.
That's true.
It's not really a type of writing; it's a feature of.
Yep. It's a feature of the text, but you want to say, you might want to even say there's different types of writing, like we have narrative, informational, things like that. Actually, or just direct it so kids are like making the right connections before they make this connection. Any other questions?
I have the books for everyone.
And then
They're gonna go wild for
we can pass that out, but let's talk about like places to practice. You might need to practice a few of those. If you're struggling with delivery, you might want to practice the text so that you're not stumbling over the words. Places for character. This is one that's going to need lots of enthusiasm and engagement, and then lots of achievement, so that they're using text evidence. This is where, like, that's what you're listening for. Any other opportunities for character?
Well, I mean, the character is built into the book of like we have to help these animals and like why. So showing citizenship too.
Yep.
Yeah. Sure, it's the top one for now.
Does anybody else have any questions?
What day are we doing this book?
That's the last one. You're going to want to save it for the last one.
Are you
I'm
guys
gonna write
all
this
of
book
it?
so hard.
Types of writing.
just want to squeeze
I think
it.
I think a VA that you might want to use is when you notice a type of writing that you write it down. So kids have a way to track. Any other questions? Do people feel confident on how to actually deliver this lesson?
They're
Anything
also
else?
going to love this. That's an ancient Chinese word for panda.
Let me see.
Great bear cat.
It's gonna be awesome. Now you're happy. Okay. Any other questions? Any other questions about the rigor? What are we looking for? What are we listening for when kids are talking? Okay. Moving on.
Cool.
Timer.
These have been really good lessons. Kids have been really into it.
High five, lady.
Did I tell you guys about Cache crying about the Lions book?
No.
They were getting a little out of control. They were super into it. They were just like, I want to know. Right now, I was like, all right, well, I'm going to set this aside. We're going to take a time out. And Cache starts crying. I'm like, oh my God, Cache, what's wrong? I don't know that much about lions.
And she wants to learn more.
And I want to learn more. And I was like,
Yes.
that's
We want that.
Kind of nice.
We want lots of that.
Kinda sad.
All right. Set the timer for 10, please. And then,
What's next?
and then,
Probably
can we,
Marley
no.
should go. because of
are we gonna have enough time to get through everybody?
Can I just do announcements for me, if that's okay?
Yeah, just give us the big ideas and announcements, please.
I sent home that letter yesterday. Everyone got it, everyone sent it home. If you get those back, sorry, sick. I can give like an envelope, or do you guys just mind keeping them for me?
I got one this morning.
I got one.
Awesome. So yeah, hold on to them for me if you get them back. Apologies for not having lessons done on time. As you can see, not feeling good. But we're starting our community helpers, or how people provide services chapter. Please tell parents to call me if they're having trouble with the website. A lot of parents lost their login information and called me. So that's fine, I have it all on file. That's why I kind of organized it that way. Seems like parents are pleased with the website, so that's good. We're having, so on the 9th, the Monday before you guys go on field trips is when parents are coming in. So that'll be cool, and we'll actually interview each other. I'm in the process of trying to order sets. If you guys have any ideas for kids to act out jobs and how people provide services, any ideas for sets I should order, because I want to use that money that we get for that. So let me know. I'm going to do that probably before break, so today or tomorrow. And yeah, those are the big ideas for what we're doing with that.
Great. All right. Ready?
Writing. So the big
Hold
idea.
on. Writing, go ahead.
So the big idea is showing and not telling throughout the book. And the two ways to do that are by interesting word choice for senses, and then word choice for feelings words. So you're going to have between 2 and 3 VAs for this. I had originally planned on 2, but now that I'm thinking about it, it might actually be 3. One for feelings words. I don't know if you've already started one. Do you have one?
And for my GR group, I do.
Okay.
I think the chart that I sent you to put that chart in, embed it in the lesson plan would be helpful.
Okay, yes, definitely that chart. But I'm also thinking of one just for because they want to use the same words over and over again when they end a story. They want to say sad, but there's 9,000, morose,
Yeah.
depressed,
Yeah,
down,
I have one for
and then
charts.
one that's happy and all of the ways for happy, and excited. I think those are the 3 big ones to hit. Happy, sad, excited, and then you can add more later.
I guess my question is, how is that pushing the show, not tell? Because that's actually just telling.
Yeah.
I was thinking of it more as a scaffold, actually, because all of those have shades of meanings that the
Agreed.
words that they
Agree.
go for all the time don't always.
But it still is a tell. And so,
Yeah, that's just they need it as a reference. No.
But when you can use it, you want to think about appearance.
The face, the
Yeah,
body.
what the face
Yeah.
looks like. So if you put the
and I think
feeling
the
words,
VA
you want to
actually-
add what they should look like. So yesterday, I was helping Jade, and Jade, she was talking about, part of the story was she asked Angelica, and Angelica said, yes, do you want to play with me? And Angelica said yes, and she said, I felt happy. I said, but what was your face looking like? You know what I mean? So you want to talk about appearance.
So
Yeah.
my computer shut off.
So,
Wake up. I
Maybe
needed
something
one
with
like
like the feelings on the top and then
Yeah.
like face.
and also,
Or you can put
Oh, this is like-
or you can even put the
Something like that.
feeling
uh-huh.
and put the face on the side. So that
Yeah.
This is the one that Ruth sent that shows like what showing not telling
Let's
is,
see.
as long as it.
Yeah.
Oh, good Lord in heaven. Okay, well it says good writers show, don't tell feelings, and the tell is his face looked petrified, he felt petrified, his voice sounded petrified, and then it has showing for facial expression, body language,
Yeah.
and voice.
Yeah.
And we, instead of using petrified, we can actually use
Scared.
happy.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's
Sad.
use happy.
And then that way
Yeah.
you have multiple avenues to be able to show what that is.
Yeah.
Does that bring, I think that
Mhm.
sharpens our vision for
Yeah.
the show not tell
Yeah.
and how to actually say those things without using those exact words.
So the big, I think the hardest lesson is probably going to be the one on senses, using all of your senses to describe something, because I foresee like two paths they can go down. They either might miss it entirely and not include the senses at all, or they might. I'm thinking like Joanna in our class is probably going to like overkill it. So like the air tasted like whatever, right? So it's like reining that in and getting like a happy medium. I didn't include mentor text in the plans, but what I think we'll probably do in the final plans is take a book like Lily's Purple Plastic Purse, just one page where she's feeling like mad, and the first thing you're going to do is like hype up, like, I'm going to read this book. You remember how great Kevin Hankey's is at showing cool stuff, right? And then you read it, but you read like a fake version that's like super boring. So Lily was mad. Wasn't that great, guys? Oh, let's see what he actually did in this book to show us that she felt bad without ever saying it.
So the mad would be a good one to chart out the show not tell, already made, and do what Kevin Hankey's does, and then as a class we're going to do like happy or excited on how to do the show not tell, and then have kids go in and write their own. Does that sound good? So let's think of how would we actually do the show not tell for happy if we're selecting. Do you want to select happy?
Sure.
Is happy or excited? Which one? Votes.
I feel like excited. Is more
Excited.
complicated.
Excited?
Yeah, sure.
Doesn't matter.
Excited? Okay, so let's think about excited. How would we show excited with our voice, our face, and our bodies? Those are the categories, right?
Facial expression,
Yep.
yeah.
Yep.
Face, body, voice.
I jumped up and down.
Yeah, I jumped up and down. That's excited. What else?
Your mouth is open really wide,
Mhm.
kind of smiley way.
Or I have the biggest smile on my face.
Yeah.
What else?
I had a loud voice.
Yeah.
I said yay, and the yay is like cap and bold.
Or like, what?